21 brothers and sisters. I was sick as a child. I had scarlet fever and polio. Some doctors would not treat black people. They said I would never walk again. I wore a light vest and did light exercises, and I persevered. I became a basketball champion and winner. I set world records to 100 and 200-meter races. I became the first American woman to win 3 gold medals in the Olympics.
I am Dr. Meg Jemison. I am an astronaut. In 1992, I went on a space shuttle Endeavour. I was the first black woman to go into space. I am Dr. Two, and I have traveled around the world helping people. Today, I am a teacher at Dr. Smith College and director of the Jameson Institute. I help send health information to West Africa.
My name is Annie Sullivan. I was born in 1866 in a poor family. After my mom died, the rest of the family did not want to take care of me, even my dad. So I had to go to the poorhouse. I got sick and became partly blind. I went to the school for the blind for 6 years. When I was 20, I learned of a girl who was deaf and blind named Helen Keller who needed a teacher. I helped Helen Keller to talk, read, write, and feel things. I helped Helen Keller to communicate with the world. She is the family I never had.
Hi, my name is Georgia O'Keefe. I was born in 1887. I died in 1986 when I was 99 years old. I started painting when I was 7 years old. My first painting was a lighthouse. I decided the sky should be gray and the snow should be white and the trees should be blue as black. I live in New York City, but spent most of my life in New Mexico near the desert. I am famous for my beautiful paintings of flowers and objects such as cows, and I am also known for my charcoal on paper and oil on canvas. They are in lots of museums.
Hi, I'm Nancy Lopez. I am an American golfer. I was born in California. When I was 8, my father Domingo taught me how to play golf. In 1976, I was All-American female athlete at my college. My husband Ray Knight is a basketball star. We have 3 little girls. I am the editor of Golf Magazine. I have many more goals that I want to. I'll have many more goals that I want to achieve.
Hi, my name is Dr. Antonia Novella. I was the first woman in Hispanic to become the Surgeon General of the United States. I care about women and children and the diseases that might make them sick. I try to help them take care of their bodies, and I have meetings to teach Hispanic women about health problems.
Hi, my name is Rosa Park. I was born in Alabama. Black and white was separated. I went to college. I got married when I was 20. One day after work, I got a seat on the bus. A white man came on and told me to give up my seat. I said no. The bus driver called the police. I went to jail. I met Martin Luther King. We started a boycott. Many people stopped running the buses until they turned in the laws. So now black people can sit together, go to school together, and get along together.
Hi.
Sacagawea. I was born in 1786. My first name was Little Bird, but when I was 10 years old, I was kidnapped by another tribe while my father and brothers were away hunting buffalo. When I was 13 years old, I was sold to a French Canadian fur trader. I became his wife. I met Lewis and Clark, the famous American explorers, in 1804. They asked me to help them speak to the Native Americans. They might meet along the exploration they were planning. As it turned out, I not only helped Lewis and Clark see the great ocean in the west, but I found my long-lost family too.
I am Meriwether Lewis. President Thomas Jefferson chose me to find out more about the new land he had brought from France called Louisiana Purchase. Without the help of Sacagawea, our trip would not have been a success.
I am William Clark. My friend Mr. Lewis and I depended on Sacagawea to guide us west. With her help, we found a way to the Pacific Ocean. Talked to Native Americans and learned all about the plants and animals in our new land. President Jefferson was pleased.
I am Annie Mary Robson Moses, better known as Grandma Moses. I was born in 1860 and lived to the age of 101. I loved to do embroidery, but as an old woman at 70, my arthritis got so bad that I had to stop. I started painting instead. I was known as a folk artist. I love white colors and happy to see the country life. My paintings are happy, full of life.
I'm Eleanor Roosevelt. I was born into a very rich family. President Teddy Roosevelt was my uncle. But even with luxury all around me, I was more interested with helping the poor than in dancing at parties. When I married my husband Franklin, I knew he would be an important man and that I could help him. I worked with the Red Cross and helped to improve the conditions in mental hospitals. I also became active in the Equal Rights for Women movement. I thought that women should be allowed to vote. My husband became very sick with polio, so that while he was president, I was the first lady to be involved with the national affairs. I made radio speeches, helped the poor mountain people, as well as poor people in other countries. Later, I became involved with the United Nations and the Civil Rights Movement. I was against the use of the atomic bomb and concerned with the welfare of children. My entire life was dedicated to the improvement of the lives of the less fortunate.
I was born in 1897, a time when all girls were supposed to act like ladies. We couldn't play football or baseball. We couldn't run and chow. But I liked adventures from the start, and my parents said it was okay. As I got older, I became a nurse. One day, I saw some pilots doing tricks in the sky. I knew that I wanted to be a pilot too. I took lessons and even learned how to take an airplane engine apart. As time went on, I became one of the best pilots in the world. I flew across the Atlantic Ocean alone and even tried to fly around the world. It had never been done before.
I am Mary McLeod Bethune. I was born in 1875, the first person in my family not to be born a slave. My father sent me to Miss Wilson's School for Black children. I loved learning. When I was young, there were very few schools for Black children. I knew that I had an important job to do. I worked hard in school and went on to college. Before I knew it, I was a teacher in Miss Wilson's school. I had to do more, so I started my own school. I had to use wooden boxes for desks and chairs. My desk was a burrow. My school grew and grew. Soon I had 100 students. My students loved me and called me dear mother. By 1925, my school had grown so large, it became a college. I also helped President Franklin D. Roosevelt start programs to help young black people.
I am Elizabeth Blackwell. I was born in England in 1821, but at the age of 11, I moved to America with my family. On the long journey by boat to America, I saw a terrible sickness called cholera. Many people were dying. That is when I decided to become a doctor. There was one small problem. There were no women doctors. I would become the first woman doctor in America. After many years of hard work, I still could not find a job working in a hospital run by men. So I started my own hospital, the first American hospital for women. I also started a medical college for women so that other women could become doctors.
I am Emily Blackwell, Elizabeth's younger sister. I too wanted to be a doctor, and like Elizabeth, had a hard time finding a medical college that would take me. A few years when I finally graduated, I helped my sister in running the Women's Hospital in New York City. I did all of the operations because Elizabeth suffered from an eye disease. A few years later, Elizabeth and I opened a women's medical college. When my sister went back to England to open another women's hospital and medical college, I stayed here. I ran things here in New York City.
I am Elizabeth Criswell, better known as Betsy Ross. I was born in 1752, the eighth of 17 children. As a little girl, I would surpass my sisters. I always loved sewing. As I grew up, I kept up with my sewing. My first husband, John Ross, opened up an upholstery shop. We sewed flags, clothes, and covered furniture and clothes for the rich and important people of Philadelphia. In 1776, when the Revolutionary War began, my husband and I were patriots. John was killed in the war. They kept up family business alone. For a time, British troops even took over my house, but I stayed loyal to George Washington. After my husband was killed, I was asked by 3 important men to sew a flag for our new country. General Washington designed it as a square with 13 six-striped stars. I made a few changes, worked my magic with the needle, and before you knew it, we had old glory. After the war, I continued in my business, teaching my daughters and family the art of sewing. I lived a long and happy life.
Hi, I am Claire Barton. I was born in Oxford, Massachusetts, December 25th, 1821. I had 2 brothers and 2 sisters. In 1852, I founded one of the first public schools in New Jersey. During the Civil War, I carried supplies to the soldiers and helped wounded men. I was called Angel of the Battlefield. I was appointed Superintendent of Nurses for the Army. I was the founder of the American Red Cross. I told people that it would be useful to all people as well as to soldiers. When I retired from the Red Cross, I gave talks on topics of health.
I'm Harriet Tubman. I was born as a slave on a plantation in Maryland in 1823. My birth name was Mint Ross, but I became known by my mother's name, Harry. I tried to run away when I was 7 and lived in a pig pen for 5 days. I returned to my master and kept dreaming of my escapes. When I was 24, I ran away to Philadelphia on the Underground Railroad. I became known as the Moses of my people because I helped the 300 slaves to freedom. Many slaves on offer high reward for my capture, but I was never caught. I was 9 when I died, and I'm buried in Ohio.
Angelo. My grandmother introduced me to book books. I am the first black streetcar conductor in San Francisco. I was an actor before I started writing. I wrote my first story in 1970 called I Know Why the Cage Bird Sings. I have inspired generations of African American women and all people who struggle to overcome discrimination.
I am Christy Yamaguchi. I was born in California on June 12, 1971. I was born with club feet, which made my toes point inward. I had to wear special caps that had to be changed every 2 weeks. I had to wear special shoes until I was 5. I began ice skating when I was 6. By the time I was 10, I was skating 6 days a week, 7 hours each day. I was 16 when I won the singles and pairs competition at the Junior World Nationals. I was 20 when I won the Olympic Championship.
That was very good. Okay, your turn.
Hi, I am Sandra Day O'Connor. I was born in Texas, 1930. I received a law degree from Stanford University. I became a senator and a Senate Majority Leader in 1973. I was appointed by the Governor of Arizona to the Arizona Court of Appeals, the second highest court in the state. I was named by President Reagan to be the first woman justice of the Supreme Court.
That was very good, thank you. Okay, your turn, Christy. Pick up your helmet.
My name is Kristen Cobb, and I was the first teacher to go in space. I was chosen from over 11,000 other teachers to go on the Space Shuttle Challenger in 1986. I was born in Framingham, Massachusetts in 1948. I taught social studies in junior high and high school. I taught my students to reach for the stars and not to be afraid to dream.
Okay, now there's two of you. Okay, you're both saying something different. Okay, so when you're done, why don't you pass it off to her, okay?
Howdy, my name is Andy Oakley. My real name is Phoebe Ann Oakley Mosey. I was born in Ohio August 13, 1860. My family was very poor. My father died when I was very young. I learned to hunt to feed the family. I was a great shot. I was in a shooting contest against men. No other woman had beaten a man before. I was in many traveling shows. I became famous in many countries.
Hi, my name is Andy Ocean. Folks say there isn't anything I cannot share. Who put the trailers on the moon anyway? I was born in Ohio, 1860. My real name was Phoebe Annie Oakley Mosey. Mom and Pa were very poor. When Pa happened that I had to go home to feed the family. I was darn good at shooting. I won shooting contests against men. I traveled around the world in Buffalo Bill's Wild West show. I was a short strict shooter. I won more medals than my wife can carry. Well, I lived in a man's bubble and dressed on glad to show off my town. Yeehaw, I'm not down path.
Very good. Okay, your turn.
I'm Betsy Coleman, and I was the
American to be a licensed pilot. I was born in Texas in 1893. I was a stunt pilot and I flew many air shows. Getting my license was difficult. I had to go to France to study and get my license. I had a dream about having a school for Black African Americans to learn how to fly. And this school was opened in Chicago.
My name is Sarah Wanamaka. I am a translator. I was born about 1844. I spoke to the government of the United States how they were mistreating my people. I established 2 schools.
I didn't forget you. Don't be upset. Oh, sorry. Now when I point at you, that's when you're going to start. And then when you're done, hand it to her.
My name is Juliet Lowe. I was the founder of the Girl Scouts. I was born in Savannah, Georgia in 1860. My mom called me Daisy.
My name is Juliet Lowe. My family called me Daisy. I was born in Savannah, Georgia in 1860. I discovered the Girl Scouts in the USA.
I was born Sarah Breedlove in 1867 in Louisiana. I'm a woman who came from the cotton fields of the South. From there, I was promoted to the wash tub. And from there, I was promoted to the cook kitchen. And from there, I promoted myself into a business of manufacturing hair and beauty products. I built my own factory on my own ground. I was the first African-American millionaire in the United States. I used my money to help the African-American community. I hired thousands of African-Americans in my factories and as salesmen.
Hi, my name is Marika Sapp. I'm a painter. I was born in Pennsylvania in 1844. I spent many years living in Europe as a child, and that's where I found out I wanted to be a painter. My father said that women couldn't be artists, but soon he said yes. I went to the Pennsylvania Academy of Fine Arts. Later, I moved to Paris. I became good friends with Edgar Degas, one of the French Impressionists. I exhibited my work with him and other Impressionists. My favorite subject was drawing pictures of mothers and children and my sister.
I'm Sandy Coping. I was born in 1837. I was a slave and later I was free. I had a great deal of motivation to get a good education. I was the first African American woman in the United States to receive a college degree. I was a dedicated teacher and principal. Coppelson College in Maryland is named in my honor. I was 76 when I died.
I got a seat on the bus. A white man came over and told me to give up my seat. I said no. The bus driver called the police. I went to jail. I met Martin Luther King. We started a boycott. Many people started running the buses until they turned to the law. So now black people and white people can sit together, go to school together, and get a bus together.
Okay. Well, the tour guide came up. I didn't want to mess you up.
That was very good. Thank you.
I'm Sasha Julio. I was born in 1786. My first name was Wilma Bird. When I was 10 years old, I was kidnapped by another tribe by my father and my brother who were raised in Buffalo. When I was 13 years old, I was sold to a French soldier. I was named White. I met Native American people. To help infants in the Native American they might go on to raise where they were born. As it turned out, I not only but I found my long lost family.
I am David Weather Lewis. President Thomas Jefferson chose me to find out more about the new land he had brought from France called Louisiana Purchase. Without them, that would have been our trip would have been a success.
I am William Clark. My friend Mr. Lewis and I depended on Sacagawea to guide us west. Her help found a way to the Pacific Ocean. Talk to Native Americans and learn all about the plants and animals. President Jefferson was pleased.
That was very good. Thank you.
This is Dr. May Gummaden. That's Dr. May. This is Nancy Children. No, this is not people.
Thank you.